Hey guys. So I actually recorded this already and then there were some issues. So I've seen this and uh it's what you'd expect from a live action One Piece. Um there's just a lot of design choices that don't make any sense. Uh for instance, I'll point them out once I've already seen it. Again, I've already seen it. You guys, if you haven't seen it, but there's a lot of design choices that's just they don't make sense. But this trailer is a little better at showing off characters. Um, it still kind of shows why One Piece isn't exactly the best anime to adapt to live action. So, but here we go, One Piece.
Well, fame, power. I found everything this world has to offer. Free yourselves. Take to the seas. My treasure is yours to find.
So what do you say? Are you with me? Mutiny. Why would anyone want to be a pirate? This is the best thing there is. Wind in your back. Salty seer. Loyal crew by your side. It's ready!
What is it?
We're Jolly Roger. We are the Straw Hat crew. We're heading up to the Grand Line.
A treacherous stretch of ocean with bigger islands, bigger pirates.
And that's where we're gonna find the One Piece.
You've been making enemies everywhere we go.
Chop, chop! Cannon! In the dirt!
Luffy, they are hunting you.
I saved your ass.
What? I saved your ass.
You'll have to excuse them. They're idiots.
This crew, our crew, can handle anything.
I'll do you the kindness of killing you all together.
You're my captain from now until the end.
I'm gonna kick your ass because no one messes with my friends.
What's so special about you?
I'm Monkey D. Luffy. And I'm gonna be king of the pirates. I didn't know there were so many pirates. It's terrible. I know, right? Where's my face?
So the end is nigh. So you saw them show a lot more characters. They showed Goldie Roger. They showed Bellamy. They showed Alvida. They showed Buggy and Arlong and Shanks, Hawkeye. There's just some aesthetic choices. Like, they clearly have no problem, even though Arlong's nose really isn't as long as it should be. They gave him a long nose. Why does Usopp not have one? Usopp is known having that really long nose. They prosthetics. What's the deal? People have pointed out the thing with Usopp's nose, the thing with Sanji, how he doesn't have his little, like, how his eyebrows kind of like, twirl around, like a little spiral. Nami looks like she's got resting bitch face, and they gave her like that. I mean, like that voice that they just make these women do now. this voice that it just always sounds like they're just disinterested in what's going on around them as they tell the boys what they have to do. You know, it's all, and I've said before, there are just some ideas that work. Well, in theory should work, but it has to be handled by someone who knows the source material, who's going to stick to source material. And let me put, so like at the end of Cowboy Bebop, the very end of the season, they introduce Ed finally, and Ed in the anime and the manga, very eccentric, very lively, very energetic, and it was just cringy as hell. It was weird seeing it live action. It was so bad. And you have One Piece that most of the time is really freaking goofy. You know, over the top, you know, they draw the heads like stretching out and getting bigger. They show the eyes bulging out. You know, very hyperactive. You know, you got when they're running sometimes, they're like, and you know, their eyes, their mouths are now like sharpened. You know, their fangs going on, their eyes disappear, and they're like, you know, you have a show like that, and you're trying to adapt that to live action. You have Devil Fruit, you know, turn you to smoke. You can become a freaking dragon. You can create black holes in your hands. You can, you know, you have creatures there and people walking around that are size of mountains, and it just, you're trying to translate that to live action. It just, you know, it's, yeah. And then there's Shanks, and then you've got Luffy with his shoes. Like, Luffy is wearing flat out shoes. Like, I saw one thing saying, oh, it's hard to do, you know, stunts in sandals. They couldn't have tampered with them just a little bit to make sure that they don't fall off. So Luffy doesn't have his traditional sandals that we're so used to because of stunts, when most of it's going to be CGI when it comes to the fighting, because he stretches his body out. So Luffy doesn't have his signature sandals. Usopp, for whatever reason, they can give Arlong a longer nose, but they can't use a prosthetic to give Usopp his long nose. Nami's got resting bitch face. Sanji doesn't have his traditional spirally eyebrows. I get that it's real life, or they're adapting to live action. There are just some limitations, but they're basing it on a anime that has devil fruit in it. So we're supposed to believe that these people can, you know, stretch their bodies out and all that, but some guy doesn't have spirally looking fucking eyebrows? Come on. I'm pretty sure we can suspend our disbelief when it comes to this stuff, especially in an anime where you have people the size of freaking mountains walking around. So a human with a long nose or a dude with a spirally eyebrow, come on. And it also doesn't help because a lot of the anime also like this, it's like the door might be real, but it's like everything else is pretty much like CGI. You know, it might be CGI mixed with real, but where is it? Where was it? Yeah, see, it's like this constant resting bitch face with Nami. Nami in the show is very, you know, she raises her voice and she's outspoken and she's that strong female lead that everyone likes. And here she's just, she kind of, you know what she reminds me of? What's her name from the Progressive commercials? The really short one who's like, you know, the one who kind of talks like this. That's exactly who she reminds me of. There's like Nami has a lot of personality in the anime and the manga. This one seems to have almost no personality. Luffy, same thing. It's like I'm not getting Luffy from him. I I'm not. Got Buggy. What else? There was something I was gonna point out. The One Piece. The One Piece is real. You know, you got Goldie Roger. You know, the very beginning, especially if you watch the anime back in like the early 2000s. You know, and even I think even after what Funimation took a hold of it, they kept that beginning part. With because that's just part of the opening, where you see Roger kind of bent, hunched over, and they've got the swords and everything because he's about to be executed. And he kind of tells everyone about the One Piece and how the One Piece is real. But there's just a lot of choices. And again, I don't. Or resting bitch face Nami. We're supposed to believe that at least they got his freaking Hawkeye. Now, when Luffy gets mad in the show, in the anime and the manga, you actually feel like it's a personal attack. You feel threatened, and you feel for your life. This, it looks like a kid about to have a temper tantrum. See, it's like Arlong has. They couldn't have done that for Usopp. It makes no sense. There's something around this area. What was it? I saw something. Yeah, like Usopp. It's just, I don't get it. Again, we're supposed to believe that we're watching people with magical powers from eating some fruits. But oh god, Usopp with a longer nose is just too unbelievable. So I know it's gonna suck. I know it's gonna suck. And we don't have to wait much longer for it because it's August 31st that it comes out. But I know it's gonna suck. But even without being a fan of One Piece, I'll still give it a chance. With Death Note and Cowboy Bebop, when I saw that they were doing a live action Death Note, I'm like, especially when I see an American cast, I'm like, oh great, it's gonna be Americanized. It can't just be American people making it, but still basing it in Japan. I saw that it's like, this isn't Light, this isn't L, this isn't, and then I saw it, and I'm like, yep. I can't remember who it was, but basically even the cast of Death Note said that they couldn't even watch it. I think Brian Drummond, who played Ryuk, he's like, it was bad. L, voice of L, said he made it through maybe 20 minutes of the movie and he couldn't watch it anymore. And Brad, Brad Swaley, who played Light, he said he still hasn't even seen it. People are telling him, don't see it. So it was bad. And then you have Cowboy Bebop again. At least Cowboy Bebop, even though it's like space and stuff, it's still somewhat grounded in reality because there's really not a lot of over the top, larger than life enemies. They're all basically humans. And then even like I've said before in here with Ed, just taking Ed's energetic personality and all that, energy that she has in the anime and all that, and then trying to translate that to live action, it was just cringy. It was bad. And that show's grounded in somewhat reality. Here, I don't think it has a chance. I'm sure people are going to go in with oh, it's going to suck, just like we did with Cowboy Bebop, and we'll find out, oh, hey, it actually does suck. Will it be better than Cowboy Bebop? I don't know. And when I say better than Cowboy Bebop, I mean more of an enjoyable experience rather, oh, it still sucks, but it was still easier on the eyes than Cowboy Bebop was. So I mean, obviously, I'm gonna give it a chance, just like I did Cowboy Bebop and Death Note, but when you have something like this where it's mostly all going to be CGI, you might as well just make a CGI, show. At least then you can keep to the character designs and it's more believable. It's just this whole idea that everything has to be translated to live action now is just ridiculous. There's some things that translate to live action. There's some things that don't. Generally anime that has a lot of flashy powers and larger than life characters tend to not translate well. If you have someone like Ed, who is just energetic, and that doesn't translate very well to live action. This Death Note, that didn't translate very well. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Japanese ones are amazing. The English one, no. I should say American live action adaptations. But it's kind of like Naruto. If they did something like that, it's like, oh my god, Naruto is one of my favorite animes, but they're gonna ruin it. But as a fan, I would have to watch it. Yu Yu Hakusho is another one. I know it's gonna be hot donkey shit, but I'm gonna give it a chance because I love Yu Yu Hakusho, and I want to see how closely they stick to the source material. Is it going to be a little darker like in the manga, or is it going to be more like the anime? Because the manga is a lot different than the anime is. So it's like I'm going to watch it to see, because I've read the manga, I've watched the anime. So I want to see which one is it going to be like. But yeah, One Piece, man. One Piece. It's real. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.